Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me and Mr. TB the bear. Look, he's still naked at the request of Will F1. He's a bloody weirdo. Yes, he's still naked. Look at him, naked as the day he was born. Look, can you see his willy? Can you see his little willy? Look, there's a little... No, I can't see it either. Anyway, there he is, TB, everyone's favourite bear. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Let's have a look at the chat. Mr. Paragraph Pioneer. Wow, what a name. I love it. Absolutely love it. He says, won't be long before F1 cars get removed from the official F1 game. Exactly my point of the clickbaity headline. Yes. I can confirm from a soundbite from the Codemasters creative genius, Mr. Lee Maffer, that in a quick soundbite he did confirm that the supercars have been removed from the F1 24 game. He says that they weren't quite hitting the mark that they were looking for, so they have decided to remove the supercars from the game. Which is great news because I couldn't bloody stand them. No. And I saw no point in putting them in the game. There was no, it broke up the career mode as well because you were just about to start your next race and it's like, oh, let's do a bit of supercar racing through checkpoints. Let's not. So I'm glad that they've gone. I don't know if anything's replaced them that's similar. Obviously, they can't use classic cars because there isn't any. So I don't know. Perhaps we're all gonna ride around on unicycles around the track through them posts to try and get the fastest. I don't know. Or perhaps they've just got rid of that whole mode altogether, which is quite good. Hello, Matthew D'Souza. He says, hello, Hookster. Yeah, I've grown out of PlayStation games now. Just don't find them interesting as I used to. Yeah, I understand, Matt. Now, you saying that, there is a little bit of a sort of thing going around the industry. The whole industry of gaming as a whole is approaching the doldrums. Yes, we're due for a horrific crash. Well, I say that. I think we've already had the horrific crash because they are getting rid of people all over the place in terms of games developments, developers and everything else. That are sacking so many people, and this reminds me of 1993. A lot of you younger viewers won't remember 1993, but yes, that was the last sort of big gaming crash. We had the Sega Mega Drive, which was called Genesis in the US and in Japan. That had been out a few years, but games for it were starting to dry up. And don't forget, of course, this was a couple of years before Sony launched the PlayStation. So between 93, 94, 95, I can't remember when the original PlayStation came out. I think it was 95, 96. Those couple of years, there was a real drought in games. And a lot of people were reluctant to make new consoles, especially Sega. So they came up with the 32X add-on, which was a big chunk of plastic you used to plug into the top of your Mega Drive to actually sort of, make some games that they developed look even better. But they released only about 12 games for this 32X, and it didn't go down well. So the whole industry in 1993 pretty much collapsed. And for me, as an avid gamer, ever since 1982, I think it was, 82, 83, as an avid gamer, I actually stepped away from gaming from 93 to 95, and I can't remember what I did then, but I didn't do any gaming at all because there was just nothing out there. And unfortunately, the trend looks to be continuing sort of for the next few years, but it will come back again. Gaming always goes through cycles, and then it will come back. It's guaranteed. But at the moment, it's in a definite drought, and the biggest drought, I have to say, I was looking in the PlayStation store last night, and the biggest drought seems to be in racing games. Oh my god, apart from F1 24, there is no PlayStation, I'm only talking about PlayStation, there's no PlayStation racing games coming out this year. Nothing. I don't know what's happened to the latest Wreckfest game either. I've not heard anything about that for months. That was supposed to be called Wreck Nation or something. That's disappeared. But of course, there's been a lot of problems with that as well because the developers were part of this big group called the Embracer Group, and they've splintered off into different factions, and it's all gone Pete Tong. So that could be a reason why we haven't had the latest Wreckfest game out. But I say, apart from that, there is zero, nada racing games out this year apart from F1 24, which means F1 24 might do quite well in sales only because there's no competition, absolutely no competition. But yeah, it's a very sad, it's going to be a very sad year for us gamers. Now, of course, another reason for that is this generation has been a complete disaster. I'm talking about the PS5 and the Xbone equivalent. I don't know what it's even called because I don't even know anything about Xbox. No, but whatever it is, it's been a terrible generation. It really has. I mean, I looked at this last night, and there's been 7 exclusive games since the PlayStation 5 came out. 7. And it's been out, what, three years now? It's been 7 exclusive games to the PlayStation. And that's been it. That's been it. For the PlayStation 5, I should say. Sorry. That's been it. And that's why, you know, a lot of these game developers and companies are having to release these games also on PS4 just to get, you know, the user base up and to get more people to buy the games, because otherwise, you know, nobody's going to be buying them. It's going to have a very, you know, slow user base for PS5 because not a lot of people can be bothered. So yeah, the industry as a whole is going through a little bit of a doldrums, but as I say, it will hopefully pick up. Now, unfortunately, when gaming's going through a bad patch, and then you've got real life Formula 1, which is going through a bad patch with all the dominance, this is a knock-on effect. I've spoken about this before, but if real life F1 isn't very good, that affects gaming F1 as well. A lot of people would think, well, how does that work? Well, it's simple, you see, because you watch a great F1 race on the TV and you go, yeah, and you're really hyped and excited. So the first thing you do is go and pick up the F1 game and start playing that afterwards. But if there's no hype or excitement during a real race, then that translates to whether you want to play the F1 game or not. And unfortunately, it does. There's a knock-on effect. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. They need to drop washed up Lewis Hamilton for the game cover. They do. I agree. Where's T-Bit? He was here. He was here and you weren't, but just for you, Mr. Will F1 Gaming. As you are the greatest fan of the channel, and I'd just like to say an actual special thank you for actually noticing that I completely cocked up the numbers for my all seasons career. Thankfully, Will noticed it. No one else did, not even me. But all my thumbnails for the all seasons are saved into a Dropbox account, and unfortunately, these last few weeks, the Dropbox account hasn't been working properly. It hasn't been syncing up or anything. I've had huge problems with it. And unfortunately, for the last few episodes, I've had to guess what the next number was. Yeah, I know I could have just looked at my YouTube, but that's too easy. That's too easy. So I had to guess what the next number was, and I overestimated by about 20 episodes because I labelled the last one up as 469. It wasn't 469. It was 449. Anyway, that could have been a complete disaster if I'd have done that for like the next 20 weeks and before I or someone else realised. Thankfully, it was only last week's and the weeks before, and I've now changed the description of the videos, and I've changed the thumbnail pictures as well and put the right. So we're all up to date now. Thank God, thank God. But anyway, so just for you, Mr. Will F1, here he is, everyone's favourite bear. It's Mr. TB. Look, he's still naked. Still, look, Star Trek. Yeah, he's still naked, and no one can still not see his willy. No, he swears it's there, but I can't. I can't see it. I can't. I've got a magnifying glass somewhere. Hang on, is it here? It might be right here. Oh, here it is. Here we go. Here we go. Right, let's see if we can see this willy, because this is getting ridiculous now. Let's see if I can see his willy. Nah, he's lying. There's no willy there. I'm sorry, there's no willy there. You lying little basket. Yeah, you're lying. There's no Willie. There's there's nothing. What do you mean? No, there isn't. Stop lying to me. Yes, stop lying. Yes. There he is, Mr. TB. Official confirmation. Oh, look. Evil TB. Look how he's, look. Evil TB. Evil TB. Happy TB. Evil TB. Happy TB. How does that even work? I don't know. Lionel Plessy, hello sir, welcome to the stream. I heard EA are planning on using generated AI in their games. Expect to see F1 25 being made using AI. Oh my god. Well, I presume that will translate down to the artificial intelligence of the other drivers, which is pretty bad at the best of times. And using AI, oh my god, I dread to think what's going to happen. F1 22 had the worst AI I think I've ever seen in a Formula 1 game, and that's saying something. I'm going back to the old F1 games. That was terrible AI. I've never. 23 was a lot better. 22, I don't know what they did. So if they're going to do that for 20, oh god, doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Matthew D'Souza says the prices are not affordable for the working class. Save your money. Yes, there you go. Save your money. Totally agree with you. Unfortunately, because some numpty named their channel F1 Games PlayStation, I've got to go and get this bloody game at the end of the month. Yes, I'm very annoyed about it. I've been constantly doing surveys, so they've been coming out of my left bum cheek. And what am I currently up to? £51.09 I've got in surveys. £51.09. Yes. And the cheapest I can find it online is $59.99. And the game collection, yes, on disc. That's the cheapest I can find at the moment. So I'm well on the way. I've still got a couple of weeks to go before I get it. So plenty of time to do more surveys. So yeah, I'm almost there. So I've got to get it, unfortunately. I don't want to get it myself. Because I know going in exactly what it's going to be. Yes. Without even seeing any sort of real gameplay, because you can never trust what you see on the internet. Until I've seen any real gameplay, I know exactly what's going to be going in. So yeah, but yes, I will be buying it. And yes, I will be live streaming it on the first day it comes out, like I do every single year. Now, hang on. Let's finish off the messages. Oh, for fuck's sake. I presume that was over the magnifying glass. PS1 was released in 1994. Thank you, Will. I knew it was around that time, 94, 95. Matthew says, thing is with games is that they are fun for like a few days and you get bored. £60 for a game that you play for a few days. No, thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. And, I mean, the F1 game, F1 24, for the standard edition is $69.99 in the PlayStation Store if you want a digital copy. And then, of course, you've got the ludicrous Champions Edition, which is God knows how much. I think it's £88 or something. There is a 15% reduction on the Champions Edition. So I think that brings it down to 75 or something like that anyway. But it's still a ridiculous amount of money. And if you look at the differences between the Standard and the Champions Edition, you're getting absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You really are. It's ridiculous. So, personally, I'd say go and just buy the Champions Edition. Personally, the Standard Edition, because the Champions Edition is just not worth it. Don't buy it then, says Will F1 Gaming. I bet EA will still rate Hamilton as the second best driver in the bound to. Not being top 3 driver on grid since 2020. Not a chance Hamilton wins his 8th title, doesn't even deserve it in the first place. This is true. David Crofts loves Logan Sargent. I understand that. Naked. Don must be so angry with Hamilton's lack of performance. Yeah, I bet he is. Matthew says, I'd rather spend my money on cocktails than PlayStation gaming these days. I understand that. So would I, Matt. So would I. I'd much rather spend it on cocktails than PlayStation gaming. Will says, where's Josh's video? I'm still making it. Will says, use Ava's voice in the next episode. Use the moaning Yorkshireman's voice for Sunday's episode. I've already done that. I've done that. He was on weeks ago. Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. I was going to tell him when he was in my comment section the other day, but I didn't tell him. But yeah, I think he was on the first episode. I'm sure he was. Ricardo will still get sacked soon. Yes. Use Jeremy Clarkson's voice. Ah, that's a good idea. I might have to write that down. How long do the surveys take, and is it worth it? Well, I shall answer your question in reverse. Is it worth it? No. How long do the surveys take? Bloody forever. Honestly. Okay, let's put this in perspective. You get 118 points as a pound. 118 points as a pound. Yeah? And most of the time, you get like 50 points a survey. Yeah? And they can take anything up to 20 minutes. Each survey. So, yeah. I'll leave you to work that out. It's actually worse than slave labour. It really is. And the amount of times you get chucked out of the surveys, basically when you're halfway through, would make a normal person throw something out the window. But because I'm doing it for a purpose, I persevere with it. But it is so annoying that sometimes you get all the way through a survey, all the way through the end, sometimes 20, 25 minutes, and it says, oh, sorry, this survey's full up. And you get nothing for that. So that's 25 minutes of work for nout. Zero. Nada. That's the most annoying bit. So is it worth it? No. If you want it as a little side hustle, fine. What I do is I sort of reserve about an hour a day on it. Some people use it as pretty much, an alternative income. I don't know how they do it, to be honest, but the survey that I do is actually an American site. So in America, obviously, they get the surveys a lot quicker than I do over here in the UK. So then you probably could do it as a part-time job. But I basically just reserve an hour a day, because after an hour, your brain is it's just like a bit of jelly. It really is. And don't forget, these surveys, they're not interesting whatsoever. They're the most boringest shit that you're answering on the planet. It's all like political, or do you like this brand of soap, or very, very occasionally you get some interesting ones. My favourite ones are the advert ones, where you get to watch an advert that hasn't been on the TV yet, and you get to rate it and judge it and what have you. And I really like those, and they are really nice surveys. They literally last about 5 minutes. And the job's done, and you always get a nice heap of points as well. So they are the best ones. The trouble is they come along so few and far between. It's unbelievable. There was one on, I think yesterday, and this was an advert that hasn't been on TV yet. And oh my God, it was the most inappropriate advert you could ever see in your life. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And this was an advert for Lynx antiperspirant spray. Okay, as the advert hasn't been on television, I'm not allowed to talk about it. I think I can just sort of give you the basics. Basically, it was at a funeral, and all the people at the funeral were going up to the coffin and trying to sniff the dead man's body because he was wearing Lynx antiperspirant. That's right. And trust me, it got a lot worse than that. In fact, it got so surreal. There was one woman walking out of the funeral parlour with this bloke's coffin on her back. And seriously, I was looking at her. Is this real? Or am I in the Matrix? Because I just couldn't believe it. And then at the end, you get to rate that video on whether you think it was good, bad or indifferent. I just absolutely marked it down to the crap. And I says, I've never seen anything as horrific as this, that you would use death to advertise Lynx antiperspirant. It's just, it was the worst advert I've ever seen in all my life. Really. And don't worry, I marked it down accordingly. But yeah, it was just absolutely surreal. But yeah, the advert ones I do quite like doing them, and occasionally I will see like the advert 3 or 4 months down the line actually being on TV, and it's never the same ad because they always transform it and do it. But I remember seeing the ad sometimes and I go, oh, I rated that one. So yeah, it's quite fun. So they are the best ones, but unfortunately, as I say, they are very few and far between, and most of the time you're filling out political shit, who did you vote for? Would you vote for them again? And then it's like hair products, which is pretty pointless for me, I have to say, but and stuff like that. So it is boring, monotonous shit. Yes, boring, monotonous shit. But if there wasn't an end game, which is getting a few pennies, I wouldn't do it. But there you go. Right, let's go back to the. You can do a career mode as Nigel Mansell. I'm hoping that Nigel Mansell is in the standard edition. I haven't seen confirmation of that, but I'm hoping he's in the standard edition because a career mode could be looming. And of course, we will be able to drive in the Williams. Yes! We will see. What episode was he on? I think he was on the first episode of the... Hang on, let me see if I can find it for you. Now, please bear with me because
you were on a hunt for a display that would help you organize the meeting room booking chaos. But no cable.
Oh, yes, get it! Please bear with me because I'm going to play this live off YouTube. So my
ladies and gentlemen,
my stream's
I understand that many of you have
hit.
questions about this flight and our schedule.
But I do apologise. But I think it was the first one. I think it was. Let's have a look.
Final season of Up has been Dave tries his best to beat the Lando boss.
No, it wasn't the first one. Must have been episode 2 then. Let's have a look.
Hello there, all you
There it is.
Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to this wonderful ranty room. Oh, hang on a minute, that's wrong. Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2022. In this final season, Dave is up against the Landerbot, but can he come out on top?
I always come out on top. There you go. See, told you. I've already done him. There is the moaning Scotsman. Not really, because that's an AI voice. Yes, because that's what I do at the beginning of these at the moment now. Use AI voices because it's a very good free program that you can use for AI. Unfortunately, you are limited to 2,000 words a day, and then you have to wait 24 hours before you can use it again. But for little sound bites, it's absolutely ideal. Yeah, I'm good with what I'm doing. Survey's not for me. I agree. You've not used Josh's voice yet. Yeah, I have. I just showed you. I don't take any survey rubbish, says Planet Plessy. I don't blame you. The only survey that I'd take would be on family fortunes. Yes. We asked 100 people. Would they watch this shit currently on your screen right now called Hookster Talks? Ba-ba. If it's up there, I'll give you the money myself. Yes. What the fuck, says Will F1? Yes. Hello, Mr. Mod79. Welcome to the stream. He says, I watched the final race of this year's esports championship this afternoon. You did. Was it any good? I had a quick look on Twitter before I came on air here tonight, and there was quite a bit of controversy and people were arguing about such and such, but I couldn't actually dive into what the context was all about, so I had to sort of leave it before I was coming on. So there was something went on, I don't know what, between Jarno Opmia and someone, I don't know. But anyway, You've used Andre Harrison, Dom, and Ben Daly voices so far. Yes, there you go. There you go. There you go. Well, this Sunday's, I can exclusively reveal, is the great man himself that begins with A. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. Welcome to my vlog from Miami, sponsored by the Hilton Hotels. Have you got it yet? Have you got it yet? Lando Norris's greatest fan? Yeah, you got it, yeah. Hello, Mr. Helium Trophy. Welcome to my stream. He says, back from London myself. Was at the Westminster Abbey send-off for Sterling Moss. Wowzers. Wowzers, that sounds epic. And that sounds like the kind of thing I'd like to do, I must admit. Sterling Moss, yes. Yes, one of the all-time greats, has to be said. All-time greats. Will says you need to use Dan Bartlett's voice. Well, you know, it's easy. The only thing you have to watch with AI voices is it has to be a voice with nothing in the background. Otherwise, the AI gets confused. So if someone's voice has got music behind it, it can't work that out, unfortunately. I had a lot of trouble doing Murray Walker's voice for one the other week because most of the time when Murray was speaking, you could hear cars in the background going, you know, revving up. So it was very difficult to find Murray just speaking. But I did find one on YouTube, actually. If anyone's, I expect you've all seen this, where he does the commentary for the snooker. Classic, absolute classic. Go check that out if you haven't seen that. Doing commentary for the snooker was absolutely brilliant. But just before he does that, Murray is talking in like an interview sort of style for a couple of minutes. I think it was with Jeremy Clarkson, I think. Yeah, it was, yeah. He's just talking to him normally for a couple of minutes. So that's where I got the soundbite from Murray to use in the video, because he was just talking normally. But I say usually when he was talking, there was engines revving in the background, and the AI bit does actually get confused with that. So it has to be a clear voice, and you just have to record like 15 seconds of voice, and then you put it into this AI program, and it automatically generates the voice how it feels that it's, you know, as close to the original. It does pretty well. It's not perfect, obviously, but it does pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with it. And as I say, it is a free program because they want £10 a month to do proper AI. And I'm sorry, as everyone knows, the budget for this channel is zero pence. So I'm not spending £10 a month to do AI. And as I say, this free one, you get 2,000 words a day. So it's, you know, it's okay. I never like to push it to that limit though. So I'd only ever use it for quick sound bites. I couldn't do a complete commentary using AI because it was just, I'd literally have to do 2,000 and I'd have to wait another day before I could use it. It would take a week just to do a commentary, so I couldn't use it. But for quick sound bites, it's absolutely ideal, and I shall be using the AI voices again in the future. Mod79 says it was better than watching the real F1. Went down to the last lap, brilliant race. Wowzers. Well, I might, it's probably on YouTube somewhere, isn't it? The esports, or sim racing as it's called now, I'm not quite sure. So I might have a look at that later on, see what was occurring. Will says, apparently James Hunt might be in the game. Yeah, I've heard that, but unfortunately I think he's only in the Champions Edition one. I think so anyway. Will says, that sounds like Andre Harrison. I know. As I say, it's only an approximation. Some of them are good, some of them are not so good. But I haven't got any control over whether they're good or not. I just put the sound into the program and it does it itself. And all I can do is adjust the pitch so I can make their voices go faster or slower. But actually adjusting how it sounds is out of my control. You could probably do that if you pay the £10 a month for the full program. But for the free one, all I can do is make it go faster or slower. So how it sounds is done automatically by the program itself. So there's nothing I can do about that. So if you hear one and you think, oh, that sounds terrible, that's out of my control. I can't control that. It's just how it comes out. If they're really bad, obviously I won't even use them. If they sound nothing like who they're supposed to, I won't even use them. As long as they sound a little bit like them, then obviously I'll use them. Why isn't Taki Inui in the F124 game? I've no idea. I think it's a travesty. A travesty that Taki Inui is not in the F1 game. Or better still, why isn't Jean-Denis Delatraz in F124? He did 3 races. Yeah, 3 races. And his best result was 15th in Nürburgring in 1995. Yes, why isn't he in the game? Let us not forget that in Australia 1994, before he retired, he was lapped 10 times. Well, that's not a lot, is it? That's not a lot. That should be enough to have him as an F1 legend in F1. Yeah, I mean, they got Pastor Maldonado. Pastor Maldonado as an F1 legend. And yet they won't have Jean-Denis Delatraz. That's unbelievable. It's a travesty. It's a travesty. Helium Cherry says, I've never been so starstruck. Derek Warwick, Ross Brawn, Damon Hill. Didn't get to see Jackie Stewart, but Jesus, it was something else. Oh, that sounds absolutely epic, I have to admit. Fantastic, as dear old mummy used to say. Fantastic, yes. Derek Warwick, yes. Ross Brawn, Damon Hill. Damon Hill. That voice sounded nothing like Josh. I know, as I've just explained a minute ago, though, it's out of my control. I can't control whether they sound like the actual person. As long as it did sound a little bit like him. So that's the best I could do. As I say, I haven't got any control over it. Sorry I'm late, says bruh. Bruh. No problem, mate. No problem whatsoever. I've just been talking my usual spiel. Ricardo Rossett should be added to the F124 game. He should. He should. It's a travesty that he's not. Yuki Ide. Yes. Yuki Ide. Yes, he should. Now, I've got a special request because I've noticed if I've noticed that the F1 creative director, I think that's his official title. Look, he looks like me. He looks like me. It's me. It's my son. Lee Maffer, who is the creative director. There he is. I've noticed he's been out and about on the interview circuit this week, being interviewed by lots of very, very small YouTubers, knowing full well that they're not going to ask him any difficult questions. Yes. So Lee, if you're watching right now, and I'm sure he is because, you know, it's gone 9 o'clock, he's probably on his 4th Prosecco by now. So if you are watching, Lee, please come on to my little tiny podcast because there's so many questions I want to ask you. It's unreal. So many questions. And don't worry, I won't be on here going, your game's crap, mate. Game's the same old shit every year. It's the game's crap. I want to ask the questions that everyone out there wants to know. The most important question I think that's never been answered is what happened to F1 2015. Just explain it, Lee, in your own words. What happened to F1 2015? And I'll tell you, I could write down a list of questions for you, Lee. 100, just to start us off. Just 100 questions. So yes, please, if you're watching this, I'll say I'm pretty sure you will be. Not really. If you're watching this, then please, I invite you to come on to this little podcast, and I will have, and you know, I don't get many viewers, but the viewers that I get are passionate Formula One fans, and you know, they're passionate about the game as well. I'm sure they'd have a lot of questions for you. So yeah, please come on. As I say, look, there's Hardcore Gamers interviewed Lee. It says no views there. No views. Oh, no, I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure that probably hasn't been updated. Let's have a look. I'm sure there must be some views. Blimey. There you go. He's got 106 views, and he's got 12.4k subscribers there. There you go. And this is what I don't get. Look, there's zero Formula One content on his channel. Look, absolutely nada. And yet he's interviewing the creative director of the F1 games. Does that make any sense to you? Look, he is not anything connected with Formula One whatsoever. And yet, look at this. Look, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls of all age. Look at this one here. Look. This is wall to wall for PSL. Bastard. Wall to wall Formula One. Look, I mean, you could not get more of an advertisement for Formula One if you tried? Could you? Let's face it. Look, just look at all that Formula One content. Look at it all. Look at it. Oh, no, don't go down that far. But look at all that Formula One content. I mean, I've even got 2 channels. 2 channels now. I'll tell you what, one of these days I'm going to upload to that one. And one of those 78 subscribers is probably going to end up with a heart attack. Going, what the fuck he uploaded? I think it's been 3 years. It may have been longer since I uploaded to that channel. But look, you could not get more of an advertisement. I mean, look at the name. F1 Games Place. Look at the name. Look, Christian Clean is the profile. And just look at the... Could you be in any mistaken that this is not a Formula One channel? Look, it's just well, apart from the well, I suppose you can call them Formula, but you could not be mistaken. And yet, let me see if it lets me go back to it. There you go. And yet, he does an interview with Hardcore Gamer, which has got absolutely nada Formula One content on it. Bit of a conspiracy theory there, I think. Yes. But yeah, so Lee Maffer is doing the interview circuit, getting interviewed by no one that wants to ask him any serious questions. Like me. Come on, Lee. Come on, you can do it. He has answered one of my tweets once, about 3 or 4 years ago. He did answer that, but come on, Lee. Come on. Oh, look, here's another one. EA Sports Doody. There you go. 1.5K views 1 day ago. And let's see how much F1 content Mr. Doody's got on his channel. Hey! Let's have a look then. Videos. Oh, look! I don't believe it. Look. Once again... I'm sorry. These have got to be friends of Lee Maffer. These have got to be Lee Maffer's friends. They can't be anything else because there's just no way. Look, he's got 0 Formula One content on his... Oh, wait a minute. F123. 1 video. Oh, hang on. 2 videos. But look at the rest of it. Look. Yeah, so he's basically just... He reviews the game in 1 video. Or 2 videos, couple of videos, a preview, and then he reviews the game, and that's it, basically. Very little, and yet he interviews Lee. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. I say these have got to be Lee Maffer's friends. They got to be, because I just don't get it. Come on here, Lee, and let me ask you some serious questions. I'll tell you my credentials, shall I? Yes. I've been driving round in circles for over 40 years. And not just in a game, in life in general. And I own every single F1 game ever on PlayStation. Now, that's a claim to fame. Every single one. Yes. Even the bad ones. F1 2015. F1 22. So yeah, if you're watching, Lee, please come onto this tiny little podcast, and let me answer you some questions that everyone wants to know. I mean, I've been wanting to know since 2015 came out what happened. And nobody's answered that. Nobody at Codemasters has ever answered that question. You know, it's probably just a simple answer that they ran out of time to do a career mode because this was the first game with the new Ego engine. That's fine. Come out and say that. But please, Lee, please. Anyway, so that's my begging marathon over with. I think that's all the interviews he's done. Let's have a look and see if there's any more. I just have to
gamified version of...
No, I think all the rest are like years ago. Look, he's even getting interviewed by a little kid. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Anyway. So this is 1 day ago. Let's just have a quick...
That sort of gamified version of living the life.
Before we continue, let's see what's going on.
And I'm sitting down with Lee Mather, the Senior Creative Director at Codemasters, to talk about the newly upcoming F1 24. Firstly, Lee, thank you so much for your time and waking up early to get this done. Of course, F1's very close to launching, and I've just got a few questions that I'd love to fire out, both from what we can expect for this game and maybe going forward. Firstly, F1 games, I feel they go from strength to strength, and each year sort of adding more and more to the game.
That's it. That's definitely a friend of Lee Mather.
Without really removing much away from the previous entry. What does F1 24 provide that F1 23 hasn't provided or didn't provide last year?
Yeah, there's two significant areas of gain in 24 over the previous title. So first up, the handling model has significantly improved. We've moved forward with the physics quite significantly. That's an area of ongoing development, but this year was a big year where some of the initial changes then knock on to having to make changes to other really key areas of the physics. So not only in the aero modeling, but also in the inertia of the body of the car, in the suspension, in the tyre model, in how we modelled ERS to give player more agency over how they drive the car, so how they control the energy recovery system. So those are significant parts of obviously any racing game. So it's, as I say, it's where the rubber hits the road, isn't it? And that's really important. So big changes in the physics, but also the new career mode. You know, career has been an absolute pillar of the series since 2010 when we did the first career. Then in 2016 we refreshed it, and this is the first time we've gone back and done a significant refresh of career. So it's one of the most popular parts of the game. It's one of the most authentic areas to really go and enjoy Formula One, and to get that sort of gamified version of living the life of a Formula One driver, upgrading the car, competing with other drivers, building rivalries, choosing different teams, using contracts to move around. So two really, really significant areas of change this year.
Lovely, awesome. I can't wait. Now, previous year's games, we had more damage to the floor of the cars, or the diffusers, or the engines would just randomly break down during a race. Is that level of realistic randomness still part of F1 24?
So some of those things are slightly random, but all of them have something which impacts it in the first place to get you to that point. So depending on which mode you're playing, if you're playing in driver career, for example, a larger degree of engine wear will leave you open to a higher probability of a failure. So really that's where the player needs to be getting into their engine and gearbox.
Okay, that's enough of that. So there you go, Lee Mather, the creative genius at Codemasters. Little interview there from the other day, talking about the new F1 24 game. Yes, well done. Let's have a look and see if there's any nasty comments. Lee Mather interviews Lee Mather. Awesome. Great. Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Let's go back to the comments. Oh my God. The Ben Daly voice was absolutely spot on. Yes, it was. Yes, I did enjoy that one. That was spot on, the Ben Daly voice. Very good of Ben to take time out of his day to feature on the all season. It was, but of course there was a price attached to it, and it was 60 quid, which is standard fee for any YouTuber these days to appear in anyone else's videos. So I'd just like to say thanks for Ben, and for making me spend £60 on him, but congratulations. Get Hayden Gullis on Hookster Talks. Oh, I'd love that. I really would love that, I must admit. Hayden's Gussie on. Oh, he'd never come on though, would he? Because I keep taking the piss out of him. Use Hayden Gullis' voice. That's a good idea. Use Jess McFadden. That's not a good idea. Josh has 2 channels and one has no videos. Is that the motoring Yorkshireman? Is that the one you're talking about? The motoring Yorkshireman. No, it was a shame. It was a shame. He literally just launched that channel where he was going to go out and about, and then COVID it, didn't it? I mean, talk about a disastrous turn of events. He literally just launched it, and then we had COVID and everyone had to stay indoors. So he couldn't be the motoring Yorkshireman at all, could he? He should have changed it to the armchair Yorkshireman. Use PS Luton. Yes. Use yes. Use Kate. Yes. What shite have I missed about the game? Only the fact that they've removed the supercars. Washed up Lewis Hamilton on the front cover. Use Ted Kravitz's voice. Yes. Bar says cough, F1 98, cough, cough, F1 World Cup, cough, cough, F1, cough, cough, yeah, cough, cough, yeah, I get it. How much did EA pay for this advertisement? Sorry, I mean interview. Quite a lot, I expect. Quite a lot. It looks like it anyway. It's just unbelievable that he's been interviewed by people, as I say, that got pretty much zero connection to Formula One. So, Lee, if you're out there, as I say, I know you are, get off the Prosecco just for a moment and come on to my podcast. Yes, because, oh my God, it literally had to be a 3-hour podcast because I'd have so many questions for Lee. It'd be unbelievable. So many questions, really. Really, really, really. It would be very interesting, though. But unfortunately, I don't think he'd ever do it because some of those questions he's probably not going to want to answer. Use TRL Limitless voice. I don't think that's a very good idea, do you? No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nah, 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 nah. Moving on. Oh dear. So anyway, just to finish off the real life Formula One, little congratulations once again to Lando Norris for winning the race. Well done, Lando. There's not a lot else I can say because I did say a lot in the video on Monday. So just, yeah, fantastic. And I hope it's the start of many more wins to come. And hopefully we can finally get Maxi Boy knocked off the top step. Will says, nope. Use Aaron... Oh, God. Here he goes. If anyone doesn't know who those two people are, I better use as a context just to, you know, because there's probably some people... I've got about 5 viewers at the moment, so just in case anybody would like to know, Aaron Gilliard was a YouTuber, sort of like a trying to be an up-and-coming motorsport journalist. He had his own YouTube channel, and he was on Twitter as well. And let's just say he used to like to send naked pictures of him with his pee-pee out, yes, to young women on Twitter. Most of those young women were connected with Formula One in some way or another, either being a fan or, you know, whatever. So that's what he used to like to do. He was eventually outed and he has disappeared, although he does keep coming back apparently by changing his name to other people. So, you know, there's not a lot you can do about that. So that was Aaron Gilliard. And TRL Limitless is a lot more well known in the Formula One community. And unfortunately, he sent messages to a girl on Twitter who was 14 at the time. How can I put this so that I don't get done by YouTube? Let's just say they were inappropriate messages, and we'll leave it like that, to this 14-year-old, and TRL Limitless, I do believe at the time, was 23 years old. And we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Yes, so that's the two stories behind both of those, and that's why those voices won't be featured on the All Seasons. Use Ozzy Osbourne's voice. Turn left at the next fucking corner. Yeah, I like that. Ozzy Osbourne. I'm going to write that one down, actually. Yeah. Sharon! Sharon! I've fallen off my quad bike again, Sharon! Ozzy Osbourne. I'll give that one a go. As I say, some of them don't come out very well. If they do, don't, and I obviously won't use them. I say, as long as they sound a little bit like the person, then I will use them. But I will definitely give Ozzy Osbourne. Germany milk float doubleheader this weekend. Oh yes, that'll be another video from Josh. Don't forget, another video from Josh. Use Nicholas Latifi's voice. Oh my God, that could be difficult. I don't remember seeing him speaking in anything, to be honest. But it might be something on YouTube with him speaking. Use Gary Brabham's voice. Gary Brabham? My God. I'm writing all these down, you know. No. I've run out of wrong uns, says Bra. I've run out of wrong uns. Well, unfortunately, the world hasn't run out of wrong uns, so there's bound to be a few more. You could have said, why not use Jack Nichol's voice? Yes. Could have mentioned that one, couldn't you? But we won't. We won't go there, as Taylor Swift once said to John Cleese. That's right, on Graham Norton, talking about cats, and he said they were insipid, just like women. And she turned around to him and went, "Oh, we won't go there." That was a classic piece of TV history, that was, yes. Cruel Corners next week. Don't, says Helio and Trophy. No, absolutely. I will not be using anyone's voice who is not a pillar of the community. Let's put it that way. Pillar. I mean, I don't have to be perfect, but as long as they're not, you know, as bad as those, they will not be used. I mean, so far I've used Murray Walker, Josh, I can't remember who the others were. Oh, Benjamin Daly. So, you know, all the staples of the community I've used so far. Don't actually, I was just kidding. I know you were just kidding, don't worry. Use Martin Brundle's voice. That's a good idea. Let's write that one down. Martin Brundle. Martin Brundle. Martin Brundle. That's a good idea. I could use his voice. We'll give that a try. Martin Brundle. Gary is very much a wrong un. Yes. Use Simon Lazenby. Use Damon Hill. Matteo Benotta. Use Toto Wolff. Use Josh mixed with Andre. Josh mixed with Andre Harrison. Yeah. What was the? Hang on. What was the? Let me just go through what I've done because I can't remember. So the first one was just a voiceover woman, because that was my first experiment with the AI voice. So I just used the generic. So I didn't realise you could clone voices when I first, because I'd literally just got into the program. So that was a woman's voice. This one was voiceover man. This one was Josh, I think, wasn't it?
Ranty room. I'll hang.
Yeah, that one was Josh. Episode 2. Episode 3. What was episode 3? Lando Bot.
And Dave is still trying. 2022.
Ah, this one was Dominic Orlando. This one.
Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2022. My name is Dom, and I am the best driver in ERL history. So we return to the final season on F1 2022, where the washed up has been Dave is still trying to beat the Lando bot, but can he come out on top?
Who is that? So there you go. That was Dom was the third one. Who was the fourth one? I can't remember.
Design, develop, scale,
oh God,
repeat.
advert.
Studio,
blah 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 blah.
The best health hack I've adopted into my life is to try and be healthy each day. Things that I.
Thank you. Let me skip it.
Hello everyone and welcome to the All Seasons on F1 2022 with me, Murray Walker, where the washed up has been Dave is still trying to beat the Landerbot, but can he come out on top? All I know is stay tuned because it is going to be fantastic.
God bless you. That was Murray. And I didn't make myself small screen there. And of course, this week's one was Benjamin, isn't it? Benjamin. This is a good one. Benjamin's a good one.
everyone, and welcome to the All Seasons on F1 2022 with me, Benjamin Daly, where the washed up has been Dave is still trying to beat the Landerbot. But can he come out on top? All I know is stay tuned because Alex Gillian is bound to be in this video.
So there you go. That I was quite impressed with the Benjamin Daly one. As I say, the AI just interprets it how it interprets it. There's nothing I can do about it. So if it doesn't sound too good, out of my control. Out of my control. Oh, wow. James Hunt says he would try. Yeah, I'm going to write that one down as well. James Hunt. James might be hard to do because, as I say, if there's engines running in the background, I'll just see if I can find an interview with James Hunt where he's just talking normally. There's bound to be one on YouTube somewhere. James Hunt, Jonathan Palmer. Have I got... No, I haven't got Jonathan Palmer. Jonathan Palmer. Oh, yeah. Use John Herb's voice. Look him up. John Herb. Okay. Let's write him down. John Herb. Use Harry Hill's voice. Oh, yes, Mr. Plynal Plessy. I like that. Harry Hill, yes. Let's write that one down. Harry Hill. Blimey, I was only thinking to myself the other day, I'm running out of voices here. I can't think of anyone else. Now I've got blinking loads of them. That Josh AI sounded more like Andre Harrison. Yes, I agree with you. Dom. John Virgo. Oh, yes. John Virgo. One thing I will do with the voices, I've just realised I didn't do with the Josh one, is I will put in the words who the person is, because obviously it's confusing if you don't know what it is and it doesn't sound exactly like them. So I will put who it is now in all the videos. Okay, it's just so you know. Use Eddie Jordan's for Eddie Jordan. I'm gonna run out of paper here in a minute. Eddie Jordan. Oh yeah. At this rate, you'll put Anthea Turner. Oh God. Princess Tippy Toes. Oh yes. The goddess. Anthea Turner. Yes, Princess Tippy Toes herself. She's got to be one. Jolyon Palmer, yes. Jolly off. Jolly off Palmer. There you go. Tiff Niddels. Do not look him up. Don't worry, I know who Tiff Niddell is. Yeah, he's a creature, I guess. We need to do Josh again. Do one where he's ranting. Yeah, I will try and get another one. As I say, it also depends on the pitch of what they're saying at the time. So if they're talking normally, then the voice comes out a little bit sort of downbeat. Whereas if they're ranting at a higher pitch, it will come out, as you heard from the Benjamin Daly one, because he was like really hyper when I got the sound clip from him, and so that came out in the video, in the audio. You Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell. Oh my God. Simon Cowell. Nicole Shitsinger. Look at me, Conan. Look at me, Conan. Not at my titties. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Nicole. Yeah. Taki Anui's voice. Use Ricardo Rossett. Use James Allen. Oh, James Allen. Yeah, that's a good voice to fall asleep by. James Allen. Del Boy, Rodney, Uncle Albert says mods. I need another bit of paper here. Hang on. I've run out of paper now. Da, 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 da. Del Boy. Now, Del Boy, that's a good idea. I like that. Del Boy. And Rodney, yes. And Uncle Albert. Uncle Albert. Oh, yes. Yeah, look up who John is and, to be honest, weep. Okay, I will look him up. John Herb, okay. Clive James. Oh, yes, that's a good one. I don't know what the AI will make of his laconic Australian accent, though, but we could give that a try. Jeffrey Dahmer says, "What, Jeffrey? Come on, Jeffrey. Did he ever speak like, properly or what?" Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my God. Hello everyone, and welcome to the All Seasons. My name is Jeffrey Dahmer. Yes. Oh, please. Schwarzenegger, yeah, that's the one. I think I've got it written down. Planet Player says, "This is why AI is dangerous." Oh, I quite agree. I'm only ever going to use it in a comedy sense. And in case you're wondering, for every single video where that AI voice is used, I have to tick a box on the video to say that this is not the person who's speaking, and I am manipulating the words that they are saying. That has to be ticked in the box, and apparently it appears in the description of the video somewhere down the bottom as well. So that's to inform you that this is not the proper person speaking. I have to do that on every video. It doesn't affect the monetization or anything though, so that's why I'm happy to do it. So that's good. But if you say from the outset that this isn't the person and you're actually saying what they're saying, then it's fine. But yes, I do agree with you. AI can be used horribly. It could be used to make someone say anything that they're not really saying. What's worse, I think, is not actual speech, because that's quite easy. That's been easy to sort of, make, sort of capture yourself, and you can make words and make a sentence out of anything. You've been able to do that for years. I think the more dangerous thing is the actual AI technology where you've got the face of the person who's speaking at the same time, so it actually looks exactly like the person is saying these words. That to me is very dangerous. There's an account on YouTube featuring Jason Statham, and if you look at it, it looks just like Jason Statham, but it isn't. It's all AI generated. Now, thankfully, they air more on the side of comedy, so they're not really doing anything. But they could manipulate that and make Jason say anything they wanted to. So yeah, if you see it on YouTube, check it out. It is quite good, but that's where it's dangerous. Where you've got the full face and the speech as well is all AI generated, and you could make anyone say anything. I'll say my bit, which is just the speech, isn't too bad. And I'll say I do declare anyway that it's not actually them, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I understand entirely how dangerous it could be. Really could. Oh, I know, pet. Oh, I know. Amber Jones. We gotta have Amber Jones, haven't we? Amber Sophia Jones. Don't you know? That's her official title. Don't you forget it. Imitation Jeff's voice. Yeah, Jeff's voice. Mark Priestley. Yep. Mark Priestley, Tom 97, Tom 97. Tomo F1. I knew you'd say that. Carmen Jorda. Unfortunately, Carmen could be very, very difficult because she's Spanish and most of her interviews she speaks in her native language. There's very few English videos featuring Carmen Jorda, unfortunately, but I will give it a go. Use Nedzo. At least YouTube has a warning in the content saying some of the videos made with AI generated stuff. Yeah. I mean, I say when I first started experimenting with the AI stuff, and I did the first video where it's just a generic voice. I was thinking to myself, is no one going to actually check this, or am I just going to? But then I scrolled down the information that you always have to fill on every video, and I saw sort of halfway down it said, has this been manipulated? I went, oh, that's good. That's a good idea. So, you know, as long as you tick the box, and I say there's on the video, it goes in the description saying that, that's fine. Then you as a viewer know that this isn't real. It's fine. But as I say, some of them, you know, they'll get away with it because use Tatiana Calderon. Tatty called once again, though. I don't think there's any English language videos of Tatiana. She usually speaks in her own voice. Oh God, I knew he'd come up with that. Use Bianca Bustamante. Bianca Bustamante. First blow, give way to the car behind you when you can. Primal Plessy says, I doubt AI is going to be outlawed because it's going to get to a point where we are unable to tell what is real and what isn't. This is true. I'll say all the time there's some notification that this is not real. It's fine. But as you say, when it gets to a level when you really can't tell the difference, and I have to admit, if you look at those Jason Statham videos, I can't remember what the name of that YouTube channel is. But if you look at some of those videos, you really cannot tell the difference. And that's the scary part. Let me see if I can just find that on here. I think he's called Jason Statham Stan or something. Stan account. Jason. I could be completely wrong. I could just have thought of that in my head. No, it is right. Here you go. Right, so let me just play this. This is not Jason Statham. But as you can see, it's so lifelike. I can't remember if they get him to talk to anyone. Wait a minute, let's see if I can find that channel. I think they've changed the name. It's called the Unreal Jason Statham now. So that's quite a good indication that it's not real. But I think it used to be called the Jason Statham Stan account, something like that anyway. But yeah, so it's telling you now that it's not real. I wonder if they've been forced to do that. I don't know. I don't know if they've got anywhere he's speaking. I can't remember. Probably not. But as you can see, but as I say, that is not Jason. That is AI generated. Okay, AI generated. So it's scary. It really is. Ice. Let's get it. Scary stuff. Jason Statham quotes Will Smith. I don't know whether there's any talking. I don't think there is.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth! Fuck you.
Well, there you go. There's an indication, see? This is all generated, and all right, he's talking Will Smith's famous line, but Jason Statham is saying these words, so you could easily have Jason Statham saying the word in his own voice.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth!
So there you go. Go check out that account. It's quite good actually. I watched quite a few of those videos, but it's as you say, it's scary stuff because absolutely nothing of that video is real. It's all AI generated. Scary stuff. Scary stuff indeed. Where do we get to? I got to Bianca Bustamante. Bloody hell. And then people will get arrested for a crime they never committed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Nedso is an F1 YouTuber. Oh, right. Okay. Thanks for that. Jack, well, bloody, I can't even, I'll look him up. I'm not sure who that bloke is. Jack Kanan. Kaarnhem. Clive Everton. Donny Von Sixpence voiced when he's unloading all that fast food he's been scoffing. Oh, yes. Use Jessica Hawkins' voice. Oh, God. Jessica Hawkins. Use Sander CB. Use Alex Rendell voice. Blah! Stop it now. Stop it. I'm not using a porn star's voice. Mia Khalifa. It's a good idea, but no. Not happening. Not happening. Use Dan Tickton's voice. What? Christ, going through female... Yeah, exactly. Female porn stars now. Use Nick DeFree's voice. Shush, Helium Treverton. I know who that is. Don't worry. Use Valtteri Bottas. Oh, Bottas. Yeah, he's got quite a distinctive tone, hasn't he? Logan Sargent. Hello, use SD Bestie Ocon. Crystal Racing, hello, sir. What does he says, lol. Yeah, I know, these blinking voices are ridiculous. Use Josh's girlfriend's voice. He hasn't got one. Never mind then. Oh, that was shady, wasn't it? That was shady. Shady, man. Shady. Titties Calderon. Use Marquin... What the hell? Use Andre Lotter. Okay. That kind of Clive Everton ex Snooker. Ah, thank you for that, Mod 79. Snooker. I'll just put next to his name. Snooker. I used to be an avid snooker follower, but I haven't followed it since Steve Davis. Steve Davis? I know. It's terrible, isn't it? But it's true. Right, how long have I been rabbiting on for? 1 hour and 17 minutes? Oh, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. Right, that's it. That's it, everyone. It's time for the quiz to finish off the show. Oh, God. Here we go. Let's see if we can go for 10 again. Let's see if I can reduce this down so I can still see the chat at the same time. The answer to that is yes, we can. Right, we'll do 10 more questions off the Formula 1 quiz. Yes. Use Anthony... Oh, that's a good idea. Let me just write that one down. Anthony Davidson. Use Ron Jeremy. No! I'm not using Ron Jeremy. No, I'm not using Ron Jeremy. Yes, I do know who Ron Jeremy is. Just stop it now. Stop it. Let's get back to some normality here and do the quiz. Right. Once again, be 10 questions. And once again, it's fastest finger first. And once again, yes, you can use Google because I can't police it. Unless I happen to be standing over you right now and saying, don't you press on Google. I can't, can I? So yes, please feel free to use Google. If you know the answer to this without Google, of course, you've got a huge advantage. Now, obviously, there is lag. Some of you watching the streams, there is lag. There's nothing I can do about that. I do apologise. It's just the way that YouTube is transmitted to all the different places around the country and the world where you are right now. Even if you're in England, the way that you get this stream is completely different because it's routed through so many different places. If you're on Virgin, it's routed somewhere. If you're on BT or if you're on Sky, it's routed all over the place. So that means that in some places you get the stream at least 1 minute behind everyone else. I apologise. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't police it. If you happen to be getting the stream pretty much as it's happening, you have got a huge advantage. And there's nothing I can do about that. So I apologise. Anyway. Since when have you ever been normal? That's true. Well, since when have I ever been normal? Use Regina Hertz voice. Oh, yes. Love to do that. David Coulthard. David Coulthard. Right, here we go to finish off the show. Formula One. This one will get you. Danny Minogue was once engaged to which Formula One driver? Danny Minogue, sister of Kylie, was once engaged to which Formula One driver? I'll put Will down because he'll be playing and Boir's been going to be playing as well. Anyone else who turns up? Boir's got it. Jack Villeneuve. Question 1 to Boir. 15 seconds behind, says Will. 15. I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry. But you may still get it because if Boir has to think about it, I'm 15 seconds behind again. I understand. But you could still get it because if Boir has to think about it, or he has to look it up on Google and you get in there first, you can still grab it. So don't be too disheartened. But the moment Boir's got the first point, it was Jacques Villeneuve. Question number 2. Frenchman Prost was the 1989 Formula One World Champion. His first name is... Alan, says Boir. That is a correct answer. I'll wait another 10 seconds for Will to catch up. Yep, easy, says Will. There you go. Right, question number 3. How many F1 World Championships has Mark Webber won? How many championships has Mark Webber won? 0, says Boir. That is the correct answer. I'll wait for Will to turn up in the next 10 seconds. Yep, there he is. On the dot. Will turns up. Right. Question number 4. Bottle 2010, to be fair. To be honest. Oh, right, I got you. Blew it by crashing in Korea. How many races were there in the 2010 Formula One season? How many races in the 2010 Formula One season? Bois says 20. I'm sorry, that's not the correct answer. Come on, Will, you can get in there. Steal it, steal it. Come on. But he's got it. Bastard. He's got it with 19. Oh, Will, you almost could have got in there. Oh, Will's in there with 19. Look at that. Look at that. Unbelievable scenes. Unbelievable scenes. It was 19. Yes, it was 19. Question number 5. How many times did Jackie Stewart win the Formula One World Championship? Was it once, twice, or 3 times? Bois got it. 3 times is the correct answer. The moment it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playing 0. 5 playing 0. As we go now to question number 6. In 2010, which German driver had his comeback in Formula One at the age of 41? Will says I'm behind, so I'll name the years. Yes, Bois got it. It is Schumacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's now 6-0 to Bois. But there's always hope, Will. Always hope. You can come back in a Lance Stroll fashion right now. Easy, says Will. Yeah, he knows the answers. He just with the delay, he can't get in there in time. But you can bounce back, Will. If you can get one of these with a 15-second delay, okay, I will automatically give you 5 points. There you go. 5 points if you get one of these right before the end. Currently, Bar's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's on 6. But I'll give you 5 points, Will, if you can get one of these right before the end. So, question number 7. In 2008, who set a record to become the youngest driver to win a Formula One race? 2008. Who set a record to become the youngest driver to win a Formula One race? Bois got it. It was Sebastian Vettel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7-0 at the minute, Will. But don't forget, you get 5 points if you can get one of these. You get 5 points if you get one of these right. That's a special dispensation for having 15 seconds behind internet. 21 years, 73 days. Nice. Right, this one is going to take some fault. This one may require Google. In which year was former world champion Jackie Stewart born? Which year was Jackie Stewart born? Which year was Jackie Stewart born? Will's got it. Yes, Will's got it. 1939. You are correct. Bois got it at 1939, but Will has beaten you. That means Will gets 5 points. 5 points for Will for answering one correctly. So Bois now on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 5. There you go. 7 against 5 as we now go into question 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Question number 9, sorry. 7, 8. Yes. Question number 9. Will's got it. Yeah, Will's got it. So question number 9, just 2 more left. I've bottled it royally. Oh, this one's fairly easy. What nationality is... sorry, I should say was now. What nationality was ex-Formula One driver Niki Lauda? What nationality was Niki Lauda? Austrian, says Bois. That is the correct answer. Yes, Austrian, says Will as well. Thank you, Will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 5 now as we go into the final question of the night. I would ask this, but I think that's now been superseded. I think it has, so I don't want to do it if it comes up with the wrong answer. So I'll go to the next question. Final question of the night. In which year did Damon Hill win the Formula One World Drivers' Championship? And I've got to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. Which year did Damon Hill win the Formula One World Drivers' Championship? Piss off, Will. You two, honestly, you make me die. 1996 is the correct answer. Well done to Bra for winning the quiz tonight. Yeah, Will says yeah on his 15-second delay. So Bra won it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points in the end. Went to Bra, and for a special dispensation to Will for being 15 seconds behind, he got 5 points. So 9 points to Bra, 5 points for Will for getting one right despite having 15 seconds of delay. So there you go. Well done, everyone, for the quiz tonight. More of those questions will be coming in further quizzes. As I say, I think I've got enough to last until the end of the season, so that's good. Because I don't really want to scour around the internet to try and find another quiz, to be honest. But there you go. Utter bollocks. Failed to whitewash it. Awful performance. Oh, God. God, you got 9 points. Get out of it. That was a whitewash. Almost. Almost. You almost got them all. Almost got them all. But Will did beat you on one fair and square. So there you go. And he got 5 points for his dispensation intellect lag. There you go. Which I think was quite fair, to be honest. Because I also made sure that you were ahead on points. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't have been fair at all. I can't give 5 points to Will right at the start. Otherwise, that's not fair. So I waited until you were ahead before I did the dispensation. So I hope that has, you know, been fair to everyone involved. Hope so, anyway. So anyway, that's it for me tonight. Thank you so much for joining us for another Hookster Talks on a Thursday evening. Yes, I'll be back, of course, on Sunday for the all seasons, and of course there's no Formula 1 this weekend. Yay! Will says it's not lag, cheat. Let's be honest, we need harder questions, so delay isn't much of a disadvantage. It's more that KD is on. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's outside my bloody house right now. He is shoring off me bloody Wi-Fi because he answers them so quick. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. In fact, I think I'm going to look through my curtain and see if he's out there. Oi! Oi, you little git. Oi, I can see you. Get out. Get out. No. And stop trampling all over my plants at all. Yeah, get out of my plants. Get off my grass. Go on, bugger off. Remember, Germany milk float doubleheader. Yes, indeed. Milk floats away. Can't wait. Yes, that will be a replacement, of course, for the Formula 1, which isn't on this week. And of course Josh will be doing a video about that, obviously on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or whenever he can be bothered. Oh God, such a piss taker. Right, anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always for the stream. Thanks to Will F1 Gaming, to Bois once again. I'm just going because Josh is sad. Yes, that's right. Just going up the comments, so they're not in order, just basically how I've said. Mod79, thank you, sir, for joining me in the chat tonight. Crystal Racing was there as well, thank you very much. Helio Trophy, thank you, sir. Yes, female porn star. Yeah, let's get rid of that, shall we? Lionel Plessy was in there as well, thank you, sir, for joining me on the stream. Let's have a look and see if we had anyone else. I think that was everybody. No, it wasn't. There was Matthew D'Souza, of course. Thank you, Matt, for joining me tonight in the stream. And I think there was one right at the beginning, if I remember. Yes, there was. Mr. Paragraph Pioneer. I love that name. I really do. I love it. Yes. So anyway, thanks everyone for joining us tonight in the stream. Don't forget, it's just shy of 3 weeks now until F124 is released to the general population. I'm sure you're already reaching that excitement level of a half. Already. Yes, already an excitement level of a half. But anyway, yeah, I will be around as usual for the usual live stream and what have you when it first comes out. And I shall tell you whether it's any good or not, because no one else will. No one else will. I've had my head lopped off if I'm outside your house right now. This is true. This is true. And I haven't actually got a front garden because there'd be nothing left of it if I did have one. Yeah, they'd have nicked all the plants by now. Yeah, ripped up the grass and sold it on eBay. Yeah, that's what they would have done. Ripped up the grass and sold it on eBay. Little bastards. Little bastards. Yes. Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, there you go. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. Oh, I better do a goodbye from Mr. TB for Will. There you go, Will. There's TB. Look. Happy TB. Evil TB. Happy TB. Evil TB. How does that even work? I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Oh dear. Another stream complete. F124 will be a bin fire. Yes, it surely will. Well, let's put it into perspective. They've now removed the supercars. So what's left? Just the F1 cars and the F2 cars from last year. Because we won't get the 2024 cars until Boxing Day. That's usually how it works, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll have all the F1 cars and the F2s. That's it. No breaking point. Yeah. It's got F1 2015 vibes about it from being sort of stripped back a bit, hasn't it? Anyway, we will find out in 3 weeks' time. Just less than 3 weeks' time. Oh, that fucking bear again. Why won't you be unstuffed? He will if Hamilton wins a race in 24, then he's mine. That's true. Yes, I bet on with Will. I said he can have TB if Hamilton wins a race only in 2024. I'm not extending that to Ferrari because I've got no idea. He could come straight out of the starting blocks and start winning races. But just for this year, I'm saying he won't win a race. I'm pretty confident I'm okay. Braz says he's safe then. Yeah, he is pretty safe. Because I can't see Lulu winning in that Mercedes, to be honest. Can't see it whatsoever. So there you go. So anyway, thanks everyone. Awesome as always. And I'll catch you in the next video. And sprint races don't count. No, they don't. Sprint race, that car is cack. It sure is. No, sprint races don't count. Horrible. Bring down the sprint races. And bloody Dominicali wants more. No. Listen to the people who watch the bloody races. We don't want any more sprint races. In fact, we don't want any sprint races at all. Just get rid of them. It's pointless. And if they did sprint races on every single round, yeah, then they'd have to give them an extra engine, wouldn't they? And so how is that going to come in with all these budget caps? And that doesn't work, does it? So they can just about get away with it by doing 6 in a season. But if they did that every single round, they'd have to give them at least one or maybe two new engines. And that's not going to work, is it? So that's a stupid idea. So no, get rid of the sprint. Just get rid of it. Nobody cares about sprint racing. Honestly, who cares about sprint race? Nobody. In fact, I think it detracts from the main race. I've said that all along. I think it detracts from the main race. Just get rid of it. Just keep it as it was. Racing Pyongyang, that's what we need. Use Aldas voice. Yeah, Merkar. Okay, that's it. I'm going. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been... Use Kira Mika. Oh, God. Please no. Please no. I doubt if even the AI-generated machine could work that one out. Use Ben's girlfriend voice. Okay, that's enough. Goodbye, Git. Yes, goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on Sunday for the All Seasons. Don't forget to watch out for the special voice at the beginning. Who will it be? Ooh, who will it be? Ooh, I don't know, but it could be biblical scenes. Thanks, everyone, and good night.